So we're going to call this a midstream checkpoint update. And I guess we'll start over here in terms of rust removal. So you may recall the original bed of rust this was on. The lovely holes that were, in my opinion, so this is a drill, that's a drill tap, and these are foo bars. So I found this in the garage. So I'm going to give that a try. Maybe on at least these, maybe not those. So I took the mount off of this table and cleaned that up. There was a couple of cracks in this that I used some JB Weld on, but since there's a collar in there, I'm not really worried about it. Clean that up. This has a ton of lubricant ready to go to reinsert that, and then obviously the lockdown has been cleaned up. The post and the rack came out nice. I don't know if you remember the rack. The rack was not flat, and it is flatter, not perfectly flat, but I don't want to take a chance ruining it. The column came out exceptionally well, minus the pitting. So the rust is gone, but unfortunately I can't eliminate pitting, and you'll see pitting in here. And discovered, I thought this was originally like a greenish gray, but in the light it's actually a blue gray. I, for the life of me, cannot get these stains off. I don't know what they are. Cannot get them off. I do not have, I've brushed, I've chemicaled, I've done a whole lot and can't get that off. I did not refinish this as I did the plate, because there's no point since this will cover it. But I'm debating. I've picked up a couple different. I had Sherwin-Williams paint match this color. I'm debating whether I'm going to spray it or leave it natural. Like I said, the rust is gone, but then again, so is some of the paint, and then the finish when you look at certain areas. But again, compared to what it was, oh my goodness. And then the miscellaneous pieces cleaned up quite nice. The drill bits, again, this was the original drill bit. Didn't even know it was titanium nitride or titanium or whatever this material is. The posts cleaned up, or the handles for the drill head cleaned up quite nice. The post for the rack and pinion, or at least the table, and the chuck, again, if you remember what they look like, they were horrendous. And then obviously the bolts for the column, and this, other than just some WD-40 and then cleaning up the rust on the hex key or hex bolt, was not too bad. But obviously the one part missing here is the drill head itself, and that will be relatively time consuming. But here's an update on the things that did clean up. Again, I wouldn't call it rust free, I would call it less rust, but it's coming along nicely. The column was some effort in terms of rust removal and refinishing that, but it's getting there.